Alright, so I'm doing this video because, I've always been a fan of Asus products. I use their motherboards for the most part on every build that I do, including that one, and my little brother's computer right over there. I absolutely love their products. I mean, they usually make good products anyway. I had one of their Asus Republic of Gamer laptops also that I bought back in 2010, and that was also a really great product. I mean, it was built solidly. It had a really nice screen. Everything about it. It was just high quality, big, chunky, not flimsy, not crappy feeling. It was a really nice, sturdy piece of hardware. So I figured that the tablet would probably be the same story, and boy, I was sadly mistaken. So anyway, here's my reasoning behind this. The reason why I purchased this tablet was because I wanted the flexibility and compatibility of the Microsoft operating system. I did not want to be severely limited to, not by any means am I saying that Apple and Android, they don't do anything, but my point is I'm used to a select few apps and programs that I used on my laptop when I had it, and of course on my desktop. And they aren't available for your standard, popular tablets. So that's one of the reasons why I went with this. And that's also got the Intel processor, and it runs a x86, or no, I think this one runs a 64-bit OS. It doesn't really matter. In any case, that's my main reason for having something like this. I actually wanted to have the flexibility of, more like a laptop setting, and then I wanted to have the capability to use it as a tablet as well. It works very well either way you decide to use it. It has a actual keyboard with real keys, which I really really like. They're real keys, not that stupid touch pad thing that comes with the Microsoft Surface. I don't know why they thought that was a great idea. Yes, it's thin as almost a piece of paper and all that, but fuck all that. The reason I want a keyboard is to feel it. It's very different. It's not the same. And then there's the mouse pad. I looked at this and then also compared it to the Lenovo. The Lenovo was about $200 or $300 more. The keyboard was similar to this one. The mouse clicker was similar to this as well. It's kind of a left and right clicker, but it's still way better than one that just is a touch where you have to poke at it and all that shit. You actually get to press down, and it feels better to me. The Lenovo, on the other hand, had one striking flaw. It was how the tablet itself attached to the keyboard base, dock, chassis, whatever you want to call it. Rather than having a mechanical button here that releases a lock so that you can take it off. Like, look at this. This is way nicer. You can close it down easily. You can open it back up. You don't have any issues. You can confidently carry this thing around without having to worry about it slipping apart or not being seated properly. I mean, it's easier to use it this way. The Lenovo, on the other hand, and I'm sure some people probably know, if you're a tech head, you know what I'm talking about. Lenovo has one, but they use fucking magnets. So you have to set it down, you have to jiggle it a little bit to get it to seat just right because there's some leads in the center, and it's the dumbest design ever. I don't know what group they were trying to impress with that design, but I didn't like it very much, to say the least. And then obviously when you got it sitting down, it's like there's a groove right here, and then there's another groove in the back, so you can have it setting up like this, but there's no adjustment. You can't adjust it at all. It has it set one way, and then to close it you have to kind of lift up and then set it down, and then it locks into place, but it's just held in place by magnets. I'm telling you, that was the stupidest design for a 700 or whatever dollar tablet. That was probably one of the dumbest designs I had ever seen in a tablet slash laptop hybrid. So anyway, I discussed the reasons behind me going with a Windows 8 tablet. I know some people are like, Windows 8 sucks, blah, 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 but for my needs, it was perfectly fine. All I was going to use this for was to surf the internet and do a few things here and there. I also had some music software and some video software that I used on here that only works on the Windows OS, and I'm really used to it, and I don't feel like fucking with anything else. That's my reason for getting this. So, aside from that, though, I've had nothing but trouble out of this tablet since the day I got it. I should have just took a hint. When I had issues with this in the first month of usage, and it was the same issue that I'm having right now, is the power. Like, right now you can see that this thing is charging. If I press down on the power button, it turns white, flashes 3 times, and turns orange again. Nothing comes up on the screen this time. This is what's really weird. When I press that down, it blinks, but nothing comes up on the screen. Usually, I get a little battery that says, oh, the battery's low, whatever. Well, it's not doing that anymore. That's the only thing that sets this instance apart from the previous issues I've had with it. Before, the thing would just die, and then I have to leave it on the charger for a while, but not the case here. Anyway, so for reference, earlier this morning I was using this tablet. I was just watching some videos on YouTube, and then all of a sudden the thing just cut off on me. It was already on the charger. Well, beforehand I looked at it and it said the battery was low, so I was like, okay, shit, let me plug it up. I left it plugged in for 30 minutes, and then I started using it after that to watch a video on YouTube. While that video was playing, the thing just completely shut off, would not turn on, and I left it plugged in, no difference whatsoever in the past 2 hours now that this thing has been plugged in, and I can't get the damn thing to turn on at all. I've held it down for 10 seconds, I've held it down for 30 seconds, and I cannot get anything to show up on the screen. I've looked it up online, and there are so many different stories and forums and threads about, oh, well, you got to do this weird trick here and there to get it to power up. And I'm just thinking, bullshit. I've been through this before, and the trick that I used the first time didn't work today on this issue that I'm having. So, what can I say about this? My formal review of this is 2 out of 5. This tablet gets a 2 out of 5. The reason I'm giving it the 2 is just because the overall, design is pretty decent. It's a no-nonsense design, and I do like that. However, everything else about this tablet sucks. The battery life, it's okay, but it doesn't charge consistently. I don't know what the deal is with this. The power cycling, there's no hard reset button anywhere on here. The reset is within the power button. You have to hold it down for 10 seconds. You don't know if you're doing it right, whatever. It's just a little bit more tricky than before. There's an older version of this that had an actual reset button. This one does not have that. But holy shit, man, this is the biggest piece of hardware that I've ever used, honestly. And I will never buy another Asus tablet ever again. In fact, you can see what I'm looking for now. I'm actually going to just get one of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because I figured, this right here is so fucking frustrating. It's so bad. I'm literally at this point ready to pay fucking $800 for a tablet that at least turns the fuck on when I hit the power button, and I don't have to sit around for 8 hours and wait for it to get enough juice before it at least shows something on the screen. This is a piece of shit, and if you're looking for a tablet, don't buy this one.